Hi friend, how are you? If you still not subscribe my channel, please press the bell icon for subscribing my channel and share my video with your friends and colleagues. Today our discussing topic is about circuit breaker pre-commissioning check. How you have to just checking your circuit breaker before commissioning. The three types of checkings are there. First is the mechanical operation checking, second is the insulation resistance test, and third is the electrical operation. Today I am discussing about the 33 kV VCB vacuum circuit breaker pre-commissioning check method. The first is the mechanical operation. Mechanical operation after erection properly on the structure, tightening all the bolts and place the circuit breaker properly on the structure and properly arch the body of the circuit breaker, so it is bring ready for the pre-commissioning check. First you have to check the mechanical operation. So what is the mechanical operation? The mechanical spring, mechanical tie rod, mechanical pulley, mechanical rotating parts, mechanical spring charging and closing latch, and also the vacuum devices that is installed inside the circuit breaker mechanism box. All the operation is called the mechanical operation. So you can see that a mechanical hinge on and off switch are there for the mechanical operation. Green switch is provided for the off and the red switch is provided for the switch on of the circuit breaker. So how you will check the mechanical operation? First, one spring charging rod is provided for spring charging the circuit breaker for its ready to operate. If you don't do the spring charging operation or complete the spring charge, the latches are not ready for operation. So first you have to do the spring charge. Spring charging handle is being used for spring charge manually. Some breakers 33 revolution, some breaker 40 revolution, some breaker 50 revolution. After these revolutions by handing, the spring charging has been completed. When the spring charging has been completed, then the breaker is ready for the mechanical operation, switching on and switching off. So, when the spring charge is completed, a mechanical notches or mechanical indications will provided you that the spring is being charged. So, you have to put first the green buttons for any type of inside spring charge or any type of positioning errors correction purpose. First press the green switch for positioning error purpose. All the things and all the latch will be placed properly. Then you have to push the red push button, mechanical push button for mechanical operations of the circuit breaker. After pushing the red switches of the circuit breaker, that circuit breakers will be operated. That means if the status before off, now the status will be on. So this is the mechanical operations. After mechanical operations, you have to check the interrupter, three interrupter for the three phase breakers, single interrupter for single phase breakers, that the fixed contact and the moving contact are placed properly for the put in the service. So before put in the service, after the mechanical operations, you have to just take a multimeter to check that the interrupter contact, fixed contact and moving contact are bring connected. If it is bring connected or it is connected, so you can just checking by the continuity mode of the multimeter, you will hear a beep sound. That means the continuity are there. And if you are checking the resistance of in between these contacts, you will obviously show the resistance of it. If you are just rotating a megger in between the top terminal and bottom terminal, you will get the zero value because the gapping is not there. It is being shorted after the operation. Now, if you just open the circuit breaker and just rotating the megger or putting the megger in digital mode, you will get some value of the insulation resistance. So, what is the insulation resistance between the two contacts? It will be there if you are just rotating. Breaker manufacturer to manufacturer, the resistance is varying. So some resistance is 20 mega ohm, it may be the 100 mega ohm, it may be the giga ohm, it may be in ohm. So manufacturer to manufacturer it is bring changes. So this is the mechanical operations. First you have to ensure the mechanical operations and see the counter of the mechanical operations. When you are doing the mechanical operations, the counter, the operation counter will be just increasing in mode. How many mechanical operation you have done, by seeing these counters you are 100% sure that the 2 operation, 3 operation, or may be the 100 1000 operations of mechanical mode. For the pre-checking it is bring 1, it is bring 1 and you are just operating in mechanical mode, it will be 2. So you will sure that these mechanical operations are just done in the 2 times of the circuit breaker. The second is the insulation resistance test. Insulation resistance test is most important because by help of the insulation resistance test you can ensure that the outside porcelain part of the circuit breakers are in good conditions for sustained the 36 kV voltage, 36 kV voltage. If you are getting the insulation resistance of 100 mega ohm, it is acceptable value for the 36 kV circuit breaker as per the IEC rules. If its value is less than 100 mega ohm for the circuit breaker because of the something like that intrinsic particles or some voids or whatever may be inside the circuit breaker porcelain parts, so HV testing should be recommended and you have to consult with the testing if the value of the circuit breaker top and bottom is below the 100 mega ohm. It is very important to be remember. It is 100 mega ohm. Above the 100 mega ohm it is good for the operations. If it is below the 100 mega ohm it should be consult with the concerned testings and the HV test. What type of HV test? Power frequency high voltage resistance test. Power frequency high voltage resistance test should be done on this circuit breaker to ensure that this circuit breaker is enable or the circuit breakers is suitable for providing it in the operations of the 36 kV sustaining voltage. Electrical operations, this the third and the last operation is the electrical operation. So what type of electrical operation you have to check? You will get a symmetric diagram of the circuit breaker from the manufacturers. You have to thoroughly check that all the connections and all the parameters and all the equipments inside the circuit breakers as per the symmetric diagram is concerned. So by help of the multimeter you have to check the continuity of the all the parts, and the first things you have to tight all the terminals, all the connections of the spring charging motor, tripping coil, closing coil, all the terminal of the CT, all the terminal of the control panel wiring, all the connections of the 4 square cables for the AC supply, DC supply. After ensuring all the connections and checking with the symmetric diagram the AC circuits and also the DC circuit, somewhere the 220 volt DC has been used and somewhere 110 volt DC has been used. According to the DC available in the substation, you have to talk or approve the manufacturers for providing suitable and sustainable types of wiring or symmetric diagram. After checking thoroughly the electrical operations or electrical circuits, that's the after providing the DC is properly coming or not. After providing the AC, the spring charging is properly completed or not. All types of different questions will be arise to your mind after thoroughly checking. If you are sanguine that the electrical operations is 100%, then consult with the testings, and the testings will recommended that this breaker should be put in the service. After getting the recommendation from the concerned testings, you can obviously put the circuit breaker to the operations purpose for the long time. So this is the most important three types of checking: mechanical operation, insulation resistance, and electrical operation or pre-commissioning check. You have to remember this, and in your practical field, obviously you are doing these types of checking before commissioning a circuit breakers to in operation for the long time. It may be the 11 kV circuit breakers, it may be the 33 kV circuit breaker, it may be 66 kV, it may be 132 kV, it may be 220 kV, 400 kV, 765 kV, or 1200 kV circuit breakers. So all the things and all the checking is same for all types of circuit breakers and all voltage level. So friend, obviously remember these types of these three important topics or three important notes to before checking any circuit breaker and before put in service. So friend, thank you for watching my video. Please share my video with your friends and colleagues for more update of electrical technology or electrical engineering, or just for running the substations or the power plant concern. So friend, thank you for watching my video. Thank you very much.